Thank you. Ulrich, thank you very much. Now I'd like to introduce Alejandro Lecaro, who is from the company Ecua-Andino and probably one of the largest exporters of Panama hats in the world. Alejandro.
Buenas tardes con todos. Good afternoon for everybody. I want to start my speech using my words in Spanish because it's the only way to take away my nerves and to feel like a Ecuadorian blood just floating and open my mouth and talk what I feel. I don't pretend in these few minutes, to teach you how is Panama hats or what is Panama hats. You put the button Google, see what Panama hats, or much better, the most complete report in the world that you can find, have made by Nigel and Carol and Nigel, is the most complete report about the whole process of the Panama hats. I can see in your eyes that a lot of people look at me and say, what is Ecua-Andino? There is a lot of story in the backstage of Ecua-Andino. How a brand, an Ecuadorian 100% brand, can be involved in fashion business. How two Ecuadorian classmates in the German high school decides to cross the Atlantic water, the Atlantic Sea, bring handicrafts, because 30 years ago everybody in the world think that Panama hats is a handicraft. How put in the mind of the fashion business, or how put that the Panama hat is a real handmade luxury brand? Big problem. How my final client can understand that it's not possible to make a brim 7.3 centimeters? How convince my Japanese clients in the other part of the world that it's not possible to have two exactly hats, or that we cannot produce of the color Pantone 3-4, and how we can be the brand #1 in the fashion business. My second daughter, Daniela, always said, Papa, the company Ecua-Andino is unreal. Yes. With Edgar, my partner, my friend, my brother, and the classmates, we decided to start this difficult trip to conquer the fashion business. We just have something in our goal, to really understand the feeling, the soul of the weaver, and translate in a proper right way into the mind my final fashion destination, that it is a handmade luxury brand. Handmade luxury brand. For us, for the philosophy of Ecua-Andino, the most important thing is to make a tribute about not Alejandro, not Edgar, not Ecua-Andino. Ecua-Andino has just only 30 years. 30 years, but if you compare, when you can see the 6,000 years very old features, pre-Columbian features that you can find in Ecuador, wearing a hat, we are nothing. I think that Ecua-Andino is a tribute not only the Ecuadorian South American people, it's the tribute of a part of our history, part of that started with the work of this unknown weaver. Yeah, it's a good idea. When I come to Champs-Élysées, I saw in the tribute of unknown soldier, or also in Washington, also in Moscow, also in London. In that moment, I think, come on, Alejandro, why we can do something similar? What positive? Nothing about war and death. More positive. Okay, now I got something in my mind, in our mind of Ecua-Andino. Ecua-Andino is established not to sell hats. Ecua-Andino is established, was founded to fight, to put in the heads of everybody that there is in the backstage of Lecaro families and Sanchez family an unknown waiver. This is the truth. I'm here now. We started with the basic. With the basic, everybody knows Panama hats. But come on, still now, in this century, there is a lot of people that make the same, may I say, the same stupid question. But I will receive the hats from Panama when I said, no, from Ecuador, from South America. And always the same question, why we have this name, Panama hats, if this hat is made in Ecuador? Well, if we check other products in the world, there are a lot of products that has also geographical names that sometimes confuse the real original name. If you go in a shop and you want to buy a pen on the knee, you said very simple, please give me a Bermuda, a black Bermuda. Or how many persons in this area know the origin of the name bikini? Bikini was the first atom bomb test in an island with the name Bikini in Polynesia, Marshall Islands. The person who decided to break the rules and produce the first bikinis, he think this will be like a atom bomb. He will break all the rules of fashion and will be a boom in the fashion world. And Panama happened the same. When Ecuador started to produce the Panama hats, the straw hats, they sent through the Panama country, received a stamp made in Panama and continued his trip. During the Canal construction in 1906, the American President Roosevelt appeared on the first page of Life magazine wearing a hat. Nobody said there is a hat Ecua-Andino, no existe Ecua-Andino. Nobody knows the name Alejandro Lecaro and Edgar Sanchez. They both Ecuadorian didn't exist in that moment. Just everybody said Panama hats because they think that this hat were original in Panama hats. And that started the misnomer of this confusion around the world. So, you find the vocabulary Panama hat in all the dictionary. Panama hood, Panama hat, sombrero Panama, sombre Panama, Panaminska, Panama. So Panama is a word that accepted in the world like a fashion word. And it is not possible to change this concept. You don't have an idea how many fights, how many problems inside Ecuador, not outside Ecuador, because some people said they have to have the name Ecuador hat. The other said, no, I have to get the name Cuenca hat. The other, no, Montecristi hat. And inside my country, many times, I disappear in one sector because you can imagine a lot of troubles and confusion and fights. It's very difficult. It's not chance to change this fashion world. So Ecua-Andino has a campaign. If you see, all our hats have a special tag, Ecuador or Panama hat. The most important thing is to show around the world the real original of the Panama hats. Then the second part, we came to Paris since the beginning. I think Marina, our partner here, our friend, 12 years, 13 years maybe. It was the first time, and until now, we are the unique Ecuadorian, unreal, using the name of this word of Daniela, Ecuadorian company that established here and exhibit designers, crazy designers. Always, every year, we break the rules. We are, honestly, thanks God, the brand #1 in the world. There are a lot of companies that we respect, and for us it's an honor that many companies from Italy, from Germany, from England, from Japan also present Panama hats, because we think that the most important concept about the Panama hat is that If more people sell Panama hats, if more people present Panama hats, more people of the world can know that this product from Ecuador. Our job, attending shows, catching the attention of the public, trying to feel the taste. Now I see a lot of blue around this show, but we knew since 3 years that 2 years later or 3 years later, the denim concept will invite the world. How we know that? Taste. I always said I have a German shepherd nose. It's not possible to read in Google which color we want, but you see the blue carpet around this fashion, and you see the public. And next year will be a denim bomb around the world. Of course, Ecua-Andino is 1 kilometer in front of the rest of our competition, has special new collection looking for this blue concept. Personally, I love the blue. My favorite soccer team in Ecuador has a blue uniform, so I'm very happy about that. The only thing that we have already in our heads what we want to do next year, and I really appreciate all the invitation of Nigel. Nigel is not only a person that I know is my friend, and my respect to Caro. And the rest, you know what I feel here. Ciao.
Alejandro, thank you. Thank you very much.